Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Main Street Media Network booth. My name is Michael Rebello. I am the founder of the Ever Forward Mindset podcast. I'm a 20-year-old entrepreneur who chose entrepreneurship over the traditional college path. I'm inspired and driven by the goal to retire my mother and to help other Main Street middle Americans like her to get her voice out there and to learn about what I do in real estate, which is multifamily, to learn about it, invest in it, and to grow financial freedom. We are live today at Turning Point USA's America Fest in Phoenix, Arizona. It's currently December 19th, 2025, and I'm honored to have Robert Simpson on today. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing well, Michael. Thank you for having me.
Pleasure's mine. So, for the audience a little bit, Robert and I were just talking over at one of the Media Row booths, and we were just starting to get talking about real estate and what's coming down the pike. So, Robert, for those that don't know who you are right now and what you do, give us a little bit of an introduction. Who you are, what do you do, and what's your mission here today?
My degree is in business with an emphasis in real estate finance. Worked my way through college in construction. Had a general contractor's license, real estate broker's license in California up until the 2008 market crash. Many of us of the the older generation really got hurt by that. For me,
Right.
It just meant a loss of a job because I was a project manager building housing tracts, homes for sale. Now, to answer your question about what we're looking at in the near future, well, President Trump in the 2024 election promised a contest for building freedom cities. When he did that, I knew that there was something going on in the housing market.
Yeah.
So really, I wrote my first book, Why the Hydrants Failed and the Future of Housing in the West, really to help define the problem. Second book, Freedom Cities versus HERA. This is where we get into the technical analysis of the market.
Right.
Because you can go on, you can see the Chase-Shiller Home Price Index, the FHA Home Price Index, and you'll see just another huge bubble coming up. The primary difference is that folks like BlackRock and big banks own massive portfolios of housing stock in the form of rental units.
They're the ones pulling the strings, essentially.
They're the ones who are pulling the strings, but they're
Right.
also the ones that make the equity. So for your generation, the government and the combination between government and big business has essentially, through the HERA law, made housing unaffordable to your generation because we haven't been building enough of it.
That's right.
Not enough housing for sale, sub 1,400 square foot, no starter homes.
Interesting. Hey, you know what, Robert? There's so many good things that you talk about there as well. Like when it comes to like all these companies like BlackRock, Vanguard, you have all these big corporations that are pulling the strings behind the scenes that we're not seeing. But it's for us middle Americans that, what about us? Why can't we just own a home? Why has it to be so expensive? What about, mortgage rates, this, that? And it's bugging me.
Yeah.
Because I'm starting to see the United States go from an owner's nation to a renter's nation, and I think that's wrong. Now, for example, I'm in commercial real estate. We do rely heavily on renting out apartments, whatever, but at the same time, there's a negative connotation with that because I want people to own a home. There's something about a home. Like, for example, in the 50s, the 60s, and the 70s, you had the nuclear family. You had the wife, the husband, the house, the car, the kids. Like, that was the whole picture. Now it's like completely diversified, and I think there's such a bigger mission out there for us, people like you and I, to go out there and to kind of mend this. So what have you been seeing from 2008 on, these subtle little shifts that you're able to pick out that many other people can't see, that are kind of building up to today's next bubble?
The Fed is just above two government-sponsored entities, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. The HERA law of 2008, sponsored by Nancy Pelosi, signed by George Bush too, really was the death nail for, let's say, building the housing. Money's just simply not available to build that type of tract. They have shifted away from that policy of the American homeowner towards, well, swamp creatures owning large-scale rental projects
Right.
at the expense of those who want to buy a home. They can have other investments, but using that home as a mechanism to save for retirement. And that's one of those reasons why so many folks your age are frustrated.
Absolutely. And, you're right. We are frustrated. It's like, what, do we have to be stuck in a rental the entire time we live? Like, I mean, why can't we just, like, own a home? Like, just have something that we could call, wow, this is ours. Like, we own this. And it's just really bugging me. It's just insane.
I'm concerned that folks your generation have a little bit of trouble with enemy recognition. Marxists,
agree.
communists, whatever. Those who voted Zoran Mandami into mayor, I call him Zorro the damn nanny, because he wants to create a nanny state, a cradle to grave situation, a class of forever renters where you're not going to be able to. What's going to happen when kids of this generation, your age or even younger,
Yeah.
grow up, get old, get ready to retire, and they have no second means other than, maybe investing in the stock market? Are you going to have time to do all your research to develop which individual stocks you want to purchase?
Interesting, huh?
Yeah, it's an interesting challenge for your generation.
It very much is.
And really, there's a lot of older folks that are out there too that are on their second or third or fourth home. That if you don't navigate the course precisely right, and you're a loser on the lottery of the housing bubbles,
Yep.
then you're in trouble.
That's right. And it's folks like you, it's folks like my mom of those generations that they know what to do right now. Like how to utilize the house to their advantage. Like, for example, home equity loan or something like that. Or how to use their finances with them. For us, we haven't been taught that in high school. Nobody's been like, oh yeah, did you know you could do this, this, this? I mean, when I graduated high school, when I walked out of there, I'm like, I don't know a thing about anything. When it comes to, I don't know, writing my own signature, income tax, 401k and IRAs, what should I look for in the housing market if I'm a home buyer? What's the rental market going to do? We aren't taught that. So it's like, I wonder why. Again, the strings are being pulled.
Yes, my son, a new recruit in the U.S. Army in boot camp, asked me some of the same questions. Hey, how do I do it? What do we do with taxes? They don't teach me this stuff.
Yeah.
And I said, well, number one, it's a lot of trial and error. But
very much. Yeah.
Number two, there are some apps out there. And number three, you sometimes got to go pay a accountant, because look, even they need like a law degree to be able to do certain types of accounting or even income taxes. Really, for a second book that I've written is this one right here. And that gets into some of the technical aspects. Look at the Case-Shiller Home Price Index, or the FHFA Home Price Index, and understand what's going on in your housing market.
Yeah.
Right now, they're only producing rental units, meaning there's no supply of housing units, meaning housing units on the entry-level housing is going to go up.
Right.
Shortly after that, rents are going to go up. Then housing is going to go up, then rental. Look for a change in the number of 1,400 square foot and smaller starter homes in your region going up. If it's not, maybe the only place it's going to go up, the supply, would be in the Freedom Cities. You may look to relocate out to there and participate in the capital gains. That's, I think, what President Trump is trying to get across.
Yeah.
Is that, hey guys, we're going to restore that dream for you. So there you go.
And you know what, Robert? There's something that you touched upon there. It's like these smaller starter homes. They're literally what they sound, a starter home. So you could have a home for yourself. And, eventually, when you or your spouse, maybe just start building up enough income, and, you get something off the ground, you can get that bigger home that you've always dreamed of. But it's like the fear that everyone's like, it's either apartment or you're homeless or you have to spend most of your life trying to fight for this nice house that's overly priced and that the mortgages are overly rated at. Like, no, and I think these starter homes, you're right, they could be the answer, and I think more of them should be produced out here in Arizona, across the country, where a lot of these freedom cities should, start to multiply. So, for your expertise at least, where and how do you think this is going to change? Do you think it's going to change today? Do you think it's going to change 5 years later? How long do you think this process is going to take, and how much is it going to affect us coming down the next couple of years?
Like reducing gas prices, it's going to take some time.
Oh, absolutely.
Or grocery prices or medical prices. But you did touch on something there that really sparked me there. It's about the system on how it's working. The revolving door in between government and even many members in business, where a bad law is, the ramifications of it are explained to a few individuals. Those few individuals make money off of it. And giving that type of insider information, you got to be privy to what the new laws are. Look for the new laws. Look for, hopefully, our great negotiator in chief can get something to go forward. He tried to sell 3,200 square miles of land in the big, beautiful bill, but that was stricken from the bill by the Senate parliamentarian.
Yep.
When that stuff starts going forward, that's what we're looking for, as a signal that at least our government is trying to work for your generation. And really one thing that I'm here for is to boost or promote expedition freedom, and the concept of MOA, Make America Owners Again.
Oh, I love that.
Making America owners again is important, such that we don't have an entire generation that it never has the ability to purchase a home and save for retirement. Because what happens when the current culture of forever renters under, let's say, Zoran Mandami, when they try and retire and they don't have funds to retire? Well, cradle to grave type of support. And how are we going to afford that?
Good point. I love that. So, Robert, just to finish up our episode, what kind of closing remarks or closing thoughts do you have for my generation? What should we be doing right now to kind of stay ahead of the curve, to kind of listen to what you're seeing, and, to make better decisions going forward, to see, where's the renting demand going? How's the market shifting? What strings are being pulled? How can we stay ahead of the curve so we know what to prepare for next?
Well, unfortunately, in terms of investing in real estate, for the average person your size, it's going to take a while to get it to where we can get your salaries up to the point where you can afford housing.
Where's of that caliber, yeah.
Yes. And now we want to be able to get you into the starter units first, just like you had discussed. But we need to create that cycle where you can move forward by buying a home. I think about the only place that we're going to really see that availability is in something like Freedom Cities.
Yeah.
And because it's just, in a city like New York, you're going to be able to buy a plot of land. It's way too expensive.
No.
And
you'll be taxed to death, first of all.
On the home price index, it's like big cities are 8 times average annual income. In the 2008 market crash, they only got up to about 4.7. Right now, average across America is above 5. So we're in a bigger bubble. I wouldn't look for if you can work remotely and go out to a rural area, that's a possibility. But I think the Freedom Cities is the best way for it.
I love that. Robert, thank you so much. And for those listening that want to find out more about Robert and his books as well, and all the information he's providing, email us at robertsimpson@mainstreetmedianetwork.com to learn more about what he's doing, and along with his books as well once they come out. And also check us out at mainstreetmedianetwork.com, and check out my website and podcast as well at www.everforwardcapitalpartners.com under the Everforward Mindset tab. And again, build yourself better and bigger every day. Live better, live bigger. Always move ever forward. Robert, thank you so much for sharing your wisdom and keeping us Gen Zers ahead of the curve. And just thank you for what you do, my friend.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
You have a great day.